All right, everyone, welcome back to another module here in the Academy. Now, in today's module, we're going to be taking a look at the business model, okay? So the underlying foundation behind the social media marketing agency. Why does it function? Why can a person live off of running a social media marketing agency? And where does the business model come from? What are the pillars of it? And what did a traditional marketing agency look like? So yeah, we're going to be breaking down all of those things in this module. So without any further ado, let's jump into the presentation. All right, guys, so the business model. Okay, now let's start by taking a look at the traditional agency. So since the mid 1900s, the classic marketing agency has consisted of 50 to 100 plus employees offering a wide array of different services. They had a creative department, TV department, content creation department, etc., etc. And back in the 60s and the 70s, when marketing agencies were really popping on Madison Avenue, these agencies were making a ton of money and could pay all of their employees. But as always, times have changed and so have demands. And today, businesses are looking for lean agencies specializing in particular fields. So the lean agency, all right, now the lean business model is a business strategy that strives to eliminate waste in product and processes while still satisfying customer wants, okay? And so that's what the lean agency looks like, this picture you're looking at right now, okay? Now, as many of you guys know, that's how I started my agency, right? It's a one-man army. You're sitting at your desk, and then sure, along the lines, when you sign clients and you start making money, you might be able to, afford a nice office like this or a nice apartment where you can actually, scale your agency from. But in the beginning, this is the reality, right? You're sitting at your desk with your computer. In all honesty, this is how my setup looked after I closed my first client, okay? Before closing my first client, I was trying to build up my agency on that 7-year-old MacBook that you see in the lower left-hand corner in the drawer right there, okay? So yeah, that's the lean agency, and that's how it starts, okay? Now, as I said, when you start to scale, you'll be able to afford fancy offices, a nice place to work from, etc. But in the beginning, it's a very humble beginning, and that's the lean agency, okay? You eliminate all waste in processes like expenses, offices, employees, etc. And you just run a lean one-man army that can serve very specific needs, okay? So by not having huge offices where tons of employees are sitting and working every day, I don't have to pay for transport expenses, everyone's lunch, everyone's equipment, etc. Or in other words, our clients don't have to pay for those expenses, because in reality, that's a large part of what client billings go to in large advertising agencies, okay? And not only have we cut out all of those processes and expenses, we've actually also cut down the amount of services we offer drastically, all right? So at Stage Digital today, we only offer one core service and a few supplementary services. So let's take a look at those. The services we offer are Facebook and Instagram paid advertising. Now, this is our core service, okay? This is where it all started, and this is where we make the most of our money. If it weren't for this service alone, we couldn't afford this office. And yeah, the supplementary services that I'm going to talk to you about now, they don't even make up 10 to 15% of the revenue that we have at Stage Digital. Facebook and Instagram advertising, paid ads, running paid ads for our clients and generating results with that. That's our core service. And as I said, that's what's built this office, okay? So moving on, we have email marketing as a supplementary service, okay? Now we don't do email marketing for all of our clients, but it's a supplementary service that some of our clients pay us a little bit extra for. Then we do web shop creation as a supplementary service. Now this is not something we do regularly, but we have done a few web shops for a couple of different clients. Now this is usually something we'll do for a larger client that we know we can work with for years and have a nice retainer, fat retainer for years to come. Then if they ask us to build a web shop, or if we don't like how their current web shop is looking, we'll offer to build them a new web shop and charge them around $5,000 for this, okay? But as I said, it's a supplementary service. It doesn't even make up 5% of our revenue, okay? Probably not even 1%. Then we have consulting, and this is not a supplementary service, but a complementary service, okay? So this means that we provide some consulting in the form of advice for how our clients' content should look, how their web shop should look, okay? Now, this is consulting that we provide for free as an addition to our paid ad service, because by telling them how their content should look, how their web shop should look, and consulting them in a few different areas, we can actually provide them with better results through our ads, because we consult them in those areas. So our ads will actually start performing better because people are now landing on a better looking web shop, or we have better content to use for ads. And in this way, we can deliver better results. And so it's actually a win-win, because by delivering better results, we'll be able to charge our clients more and keep them for longer amounts of time. Okay. So yeah, that's a complimentary service. And obviously there's various levels to consulting. You can start with something as simple as saying, oh, this is a good picture for an ad, or this is a bad picture for an ad. Okay. And then you can go into more advanced consulting, such as, the structure of how a web shop should ideally look. Okay. But guys, the thing is, I don't want you to worry about any of these things. Okay. The only thing I want you to worry about right now is Facebook and Instagram paid advertising, because this is going to be your core service. Okay. As I said, these other services that I just explained to you about, they don't even make up 5% of our total revenue at Stage Digital. Okay. This is our core service. This is what's built this office. And this is exactly what we're going to focus on in the academy. Okay. So our main purpose is to create value for the client. Now, they don't pay for our pricey offices or our employees' coffee breaks, lunch breaks, expensive interior, etc. They simply pay for the value that we bring them. Okay. Now, we might not charge them millions a year like the traditional marketing agencies, but we can charge them nice amounts like this. Okay. So $3,000, $2,750, $3,000, $5,000, and even $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 plus per month. Okay. Now, as I said, these are not $1 million amounts, but they're very, very nice amounts for someone working alone or with one team member. So in reality, what we have here are fat retainers with 95% profit margins. Okay. So yeah, as I'm explaining, these are not, $1 million yearly billings that we have from our clients, but they're nice, stable, fat retainers that we can charge them every single month with 95% profit margins. Okay. So that's the definition of a lean agency. And that's where you're going to learn to build inside of the academy. Now, the lean agency, okay, if you're ready to build a lean business that can generate you anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 plus per month, then sit tight, follow the academy, and start building your agency. And just be prepared that it might not look like this from the beginning. Some of you, depending on your current situation, will have more humble beginnings. And a lot of you might just be sitting at a desk, just like the one I started my agency at back in boarding school. And that's completely fine. Okay. That's actually one of the most, interesting parts of the journey, is just sitting there at your desk with whatever setup you might have currently, and then just starting to build up that agency. Okay. Closing your first client, upgrading your setup slightly, closing your second client, upgrading your setup a little bit more, closing your third client, upgrading your life a little bit more. Okay. It literally just goes like that, and it's a linear curve. The harder you work, the more clients you sign, the more money you'll make, and the better your life will become in terms of at least, the quality of life that you can afford because of your agency. Okay. So that's the reality of things. Okay. Now, I want to clarify, it is possible to make $50,000 per month with your agency, but that's not the goal of this program. Okay. That's what we teach inside of Pro. The goal of this program is to build your agency, lift it off the ground, and for you to start making a nice income that you can live well on. Okay. And so that's actually going to be it for this module. Okay. We took a look at the business model. Okay. Now you know how the traditional marketing agencies looked back in the 60s and the 70s. Okay. What the differences really are. They were charging their clients millions per year. We're charging our clients, let's say $2,500 per month, right? That's $30,000 a year, okay? Which is still a nice amount, but it's not millions, okay? But the thing is, we start out as a one-man army. I started out as a one-man army. Now I have a couple of team members, but most of you guys sitting and watching this right now will start as a one-man army. And then once you hit those $10,000 or $15,000, you can start to hire someone and you can scale your agency past that. But that's not what we focus on in this program. That's what we focus on in Pro. Okay, and you'll get there once you start signing your first clients and once you start making nice revenue. But right now, I want you to make it your only focus that you're a one-man army. You're gonna get to $10,000 to $15,000 per month. Sign some nice retainers and start clocking in those fat retainers every single month with 95% profit margins, and build a nice income that you can live off of. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this first module, talking about the business model. Yeah, I'll see you in the next module.